Hi guys, welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. So let's get into today's video. It's a very short video, but I have been seeing a lot of people coming for Miss Melody Shari after the first reunion aired. So a lot of people have been coming for her and I'm like, does she deserve it? So yeah, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So one of the things that I heard and watched was that people were basically coming for her and saying that she had a stank face the whole reunion and that she's been exposed as the bitter person that she is. Now, I don't know about you, but I personally feel that if you are in a situation where everyone has been mentioning you the whole season, everyone does not really have a storyline, but you're basically their storyline. Like, if you think about at every single point in different scenes that had nothing to do with Melody was mentioned. And so it seems like the whole season, everyone kept saying, oh, Melody. And the thing is, like, I'm not trying to, be on her side, but only on the side of truth. But the truth is, if you were in her position as well, you would probably have a stank face. You would probably be irritated, annoyed, probably might not even show up to the reunion. Like, there's only so much a person can take. Bear in mind that these so-called castmates are always on social media talking smack about her. It is always about her. And I know some people are saying, oh, she causes it and stuff. One thing I have noticed, and if you are consistent on like YouTube and consistent with like the YouTube bloggers and the commentary on Love and Marriage Huntsville and all the extra goss that goes on, you would know that she is more of a reactionary. I don't even know if that's a legitimate word, but she basically responds to stuff. She never really starts it. So let me use an example at the reunion. Carlos brought up that that Melody said something against Maurice. I think it was Kimmy that brought up that Melody said something about Maurice at the I think it was like Carlos's show or something. But if you guys noticed, no one said that Maurice said something and then it was relayed to Melody on Carlos's show, and then then Melody responded. And that's usually how these things go. It's like everyone says what they have to say on social media, and raises like all sorts of like different things against Melody. And then when she responds after having enough, then everyone is focusing on her and being like, yo, how dare you respond to people coming at you with negativity? And I think that, like, I understand that people have their favorites and stuff, but I think people should try to see things a little bit like taking a step back to actually fully evaluate everyone's actions and then understand why someone has a specific reaction. So, of course, I would have preferred if she did not have a stank face, just because sometimes when you look upset or look irritated or look annoyed, everyone just assumes that you're the one coming with negative energy, especially when every other person is trying to now act fake, like they weren't on social media saying all sorts of things. So I wish, she didn't sort of play into that stereotype or that image that people are trying to make her out to be, if that makes any sense. You know how like Phaedra manages to sort of look unbothered whilst like reading someone and just looks very calm and if you don't know Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's no longer on the show, but previous season, she just has a way of like reading people with her face sort of, lighthearted, not really like you know, just like a stank face, so to speak, right? She's just like, nah, I ain't here for it, right? So that would have been nice, but she ain't Phaedra. She is Melody Shari, and she is not going to be anyone but herself. So yeah, I think that's my 2 cents. I love Melody. I don't care what nobody says. But let's not get it twisted and think that, you know, I don't think she's perfect. She would say it herself. She doesn't think she's perfect. But I just think that instead of people going off on her and saying she has a stank face, let's think about it. Why would someone like that have a stank face, so to speak, right? 1, her husband cheated on her, had a baby with the side thing, right? And after that, people are constantly bringing up the infidelity, throwing it in her face, throwing her choices at some point where she stayed with him. This was prior to the baby or whatnot, and tried to work on her marriage before she eventually left. It's like constantly getting attacked by these castmates about her marriage, about the breakdown of her marriage, about whether or not she's a good friend to them. But every time it comes down to it, the same people that say she's not a good friend, every time it comes down to it, you find that Melody has done certain things that a friend would do, i.e. support you emotionally and financially. She was there for you. But then if, for example, you need access to her and she's not available on that day, then suddenly, aka Destiny, as some people call her, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. So things like that, like those are the sorts of things that I would be like, you know, it gets to a point where you're just like, I've had it. And then these so-called people are on social media chatting crap. Their mother, you know, in quotation marks, I think we all know who I'm talking about, Miss Wanda, is always talking smack about Melody. Certain mothers are calling her the HOE. All these things, and then they want to sit in her face and act cool. Like, don't you think you would have a pissed off, angry, annoyed face as well? Like, so that's it, really. That's what I think. But, you know, you guys don't have to agree with me. Let me know in the comment section if you agree, if you disagree, why you do. Let me know your perspective in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and tap that bell if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Bye.